Hello to all of you, my fellow Dreamhouse community members. I prepared a video presentation for you. I hope you will learn something from this. The title of this video is How to Conduct Due Diligence in Selling Real Estate Brokerage Properties. This is the first episode. No, when we say real estate brokerage or brokerage properties, these are properties that already owned by a user, no? Um, dili siya direct from the developer, no? It's already owned by a user or an owner na who decided to resale his or her property. It can be owned by an individual or a corporation, no? But not direct from the developer. Why do we need to conduct due diligence? No, it is very important as a professional real estate practitioners that we conduct due diligence because we are dealing with a big monetary value transaction. And the moment we found out something is wrong after the transaction, it will cost us a lot of money, a lot of energy, and a lot of stress. And sometimes it will end up with litigation. No, that's the least thing we want to happen, no, in our practice. There's a saying goes that ignorance of the law excuses no one. So, as a real estate practitioner, professional real estate practitioner, it is part of our responsibilities to conduct due diligence to make sure that all the documents and the processes being done in acquiring the property are legally clean. No? Doing due diligence is necessary so that we will have peace of mind after the arm's length transaction. So, there are 11 commandments that we need to do in order to fulfill our due diligence. So, what are these 11 commandments? First, no? The first commandment, the first thing that we should do is we need to know whom we are talking to. Kinsa atong kaistorya, no? Sa tag-iya sa listing or whom we are talking to. Are we talking to the registered owner? If we're talking to the registered owner, so dali na lang kayo transaction kay istorya man atong kay istorya ang owner man sa property. But there are cases that we're talking to the heirs, the compulsory heirs of the property. So, if we are talking to the compulsory heirs, dunay mga additional requirements, no? Kay kung wa pa ma-transfer ang property, kinahanglan na siya og i-process pa ang estate tax ana dunay i-execute na extrajudicial settlement or extrajudicial partition. So mangayo ta og family tree. Okay? Or if we are talking to an attorney in fact, commonly known as a trustee, no? Kung atong kaistorya ang trustee or ang SPE or attorney in fact, no? Mangayo tag kopya sa SPE, no? Di man pwede nga moingon nga siya ang trustee nya wala siya dokumento nga gikuptan. Okay? Or there are cases also that we are talking to a relative of the heirs or relative of the owner. So, what we should do? So, we need to ask that person to connect or bring us to the heirs or to the owners so that we can communicate with the decision maker or the owner. Aron klaro ang atuang mga terms, klaro ang ato ang game plan o unsaon nato pagbaligya sa property. Walay daghang layer kay kung daghan king agian nga layer, no? Daghan kayong mausab sa mga messages na kinahanglan natong ipaabot dito sa owner. Okay? Or there is a tendency also that you are talking to a representative of the company who owns the property. So kung representative na sa company who owns the property, no? Kani ba siyang tawhana? Duna ba siya gigunitan nga secretary certificate na he or she is authorized to negotiate or to find a buyer or to transact, no? Kunya back up ba ni siya with board resolution, no? Di man pwede na ako ang representative manager ko, I can sell the property. There should be a board resolution and there should be a secretary certificate, no? Or you can be talking to an agent or a broker, no? Kung agent na siya, broker, then atong pangayoon sa agent o broker is doon na ba siya ay authority to sell? Kaya kung doon na siya authority to sell, then no need for us to direct to the owner. We can um, ask the broker to sign a MOA with us, no? Makigkuha na lang ta memorandum of agreement with the broker or to our fellow practitioners. Now, arita mo focus sa kung ang atong kaistorya is direct task sa registered owner. So mo to ang first commandment ha, no? Whom we are talking to. If we are talking to the registered owner, talking to the heirs, to the attorney in fact, to an agent or to a representative of the company, no? Lain-lain og requirements kung depende kung kinsa ani atong kaistorya. So today we will focus on if we are talking to the registered owner. So that's the first commandment. You identify who is that person you are talking to. And the moment you know that you are talking to the registered owner, the second commandment is secure the copies of the documents of the property. No? What are these documents that you need to secure? You have to secure the certified true copy of the title, no? Kinahanglan nato ang certified true copy. Di lang ta mo rely sa copy sa gihatag sa owner kay kanang sa certified true copy man god na dito ang latest update, latest record sa property. Mura ni siya og transcript of record or the birth certificate of the property. Naa dito nakabutang tanan history about the property. So ang pinaka-updated mao tong certified true copy nga kuhaon nato sa Registry of Deeds. And we also need to get certified true copy of the tax declaration of the land and the improvement if there are any, no? Kung doon na siya improvement, doon na building, lahi po na ang tax declaration sa building, lahi po na ang tax declaration sa land. Doon ay cases nga giusa ra pero dapat naka-specify dito nga mao ni siya ang sa building, mao ni siya ang sa land. So we need to have that, no? We also need to secure the tax clearance. Okay? Kay kung basin unya dunay pending na real property taxes dako-dako na di ay, so importante nga mahibaw-an nato na para ma-present nato sa buyer nga doon na din siya pending taxes, no, para transparent. So we can get the certified true copy of the tax declaration and the tax clearance from the assessor's office. Ang certified true copy sa title makuha na nato sa Registry of Deeds. We also need to secure a copy of the lot plan para mahibaw-an nato ang porma sa property. Dako ba iyang frontage unsa may iyang shape? So kinahanglan nato na siyang kopya ana. And lastly, you have to secure, no, an authority to sell, no? Importante kaayo ni kay naay chance nga basin mulikoy ang buyer, no? O mulikoy ang seller, dili niya noon ta matagaan sa ato ang commission kay dili ta authorized nga mamaligya. So, magpapirma gyud ta og authorization to sell sa ato ang seller. Okay? So, that's the second commandment that you should do or we should do as a professional real estate practitioner. The third commandment that we need to do as a professional real estate practitioner is we need to check the details of the tax declaration. The moment we got the copy of certified true copy of the tax declaration, tan-aw na nato ang classification nga nakabutang dito sa property kung mo conform ba sa actual use, no? Basin ang classification dito agricultural, unya ang actual use industrial. Basin ang classification dito agricultural, unya ang actual use residential, no? Basin ang classification dito nakabutang agricultural, unya ang actual use industrial, no? Inigpalit na to, ma-surprise na lang tagi pasirado ta sa gobyerno. Kay nga naman dili day na industrial zone diha, no? So mao na nga mahibaw-an nato as early as now nga dunay kinahanglan i-correct, dunay kinahanglan i-fix, dunay kinahanglan nato i-adjust para ma-manage ang expectation sa ato ang buyer o sa ato ang seller. So, kinahanglan magina siya mag-conform. So, ato na siyang ipa-revise, atong ipausab, ato nang himuon nga align ang use o ang classification. Nya dito po sa tax declaration, kinahanglan nato i-check, no? We need to check if the name indicated in the tax declaration, no, the owner indicated in the tax declaration is the same owner indicated in the title. So kung lahi na siya, dako na problema, no? Lahi na nakabutang sa titulo niya, lahi po nakabutang sa building. Basin lain yun ang tag-iya sa building, nagkuan lang siya diha og long term lease. So medyo labad, dunay lain nga proseso nga buhaton ana. So dapat magkapareha ang pangalan nga naka-indicate para smooth ang transaction. Kung dili magkapareha, no, kinahanglan ta magpatabang sa tuang fellow brokers who are experts on how to fix that situation. Okay? Now, aside ana, i-check po nato kung ang naka-indicate nga figure, ang lot area sa title o ang lot area nga nakabutang sa tax declaration pareha. No, kay doon ako experience when one time I was processing a car at BIR office, no? While naglinya ko dunay usa nga gi-disapprove kay ngano man lahi ang iyahang lot area sa tax declaration versus the lot area indicated in the title. So, mao na nga kinahanglan nato i-check nga dapat pareha na siya. So, that's the third commandment that we should do as a professional real estate practitioner. Now, the fourth commandment that we need to do is to determine if there are liens and encumbrances. No? Liens and encumbrances, pwede na nato makita sa likod. No? Naay nakabutang dito sa pinakalikod mo nang kung doon na tay kopya sa titulo, kinahanglan kompleto, gina all pages, kompleto para makita way masalangan, no? Kay naa dito luyo ang liens and encumbrances, no? Unsa man ning mga different kinds of liens and encumbrances, no? Dunay adverse claims. Unsa nang adverse claims, no? Dunay lain nga ning claim nga siya ang owner. Daghan ning claim nga owner ana nga property nakabutang na dito kung dunay laing claimants, no? Uh, list pendants, no? Dunay kaso. O kabutang po na dito kung dunay kaso dito sa dunay kaso ang property ibutang na dito sa likod sa liens and encumbrances portion. Mortgage annotations, kung naka-loan na siya, naa po na makita na dito. Unpaid taxes, usahay nakabutang na dito. Deed of restrictions, no, kanang mga subdivisions na naay mga restriction, bawal ka magtukod og 3-story building diha, bawal ka nga ang single dita himuon na mong duplex, lain-lain ang restriction in every subdivisions. No, naay mga bawal. Road right of way, no, dili nimo magamit tungod kay kuan ka, giimo na nang gihatag nga road right of way sa dominant estate or sa property nga next nimo. So iyahan ang agianan, di nimo na mabaligya, di na nimo kuan kanang magamit. So mao na nga importante i-check nato ng likod kay usa nato na siya ibaligya, kinahanglan i-fix na natong encumbrances nga naa sa likod sa property. So mao na ang fourth commandments, no? Determine the liens and encumbrances of the property. Now next, the fifth commandments that we need to do as a professional real estate practitioner is to double check the technical description, no? Ang technical description naa sa titulo kinahanglan nato na i-double check. If di ta kabaho mo basa ana, no? Might as well no advise the owner, the seller or the buyer na mo hire og geodetic engineer to have the land or the property surveyed, no? Ipa-survey na nato. Tell the owner, tell the buyer na importante before the arm's length transaction ato nang ipa-survey para ang bayaran gyud sa buyer insakto, no? Kay basin unya ang nakabutang des technical description, ang iyahang lot area 1,000, unya ang actual di ay 800 lang, so dako kay alkansi ang buyer. So importante nga ma-survey ang actual area. Okay? Aside from that, no, kanang technical description kung i-plot na nato, it should be a close polygon, no? Sumpay gina siya dapat. Di gani ni siya masumpay kung i-plot na nako ng problema, no? Kinahanglan na pud na iagi na to sa korte para makorek na siya. So before magbinayranay, before magpinirmahay, kinahanglan ma-check nato ng technical description, kinahanglan ma-survey para naay peace of mind after the transaction. Okay? So, mao na ang ikalima or fifth commandments that we need to do. Double check the technical description by advising the owner or the buyer to hire a geodetic engineer to conduct a survey of the property. The sixth commandment that we need to do as a professional real estate practitioner, no, we need to check the physical factors that might affect the highest and best use of the property, the habo, highest and best use, no? Ma-maximize ba yang highest and best use? Doon na ba na siya road right of way? No, daghan kay ko mga listing nga ning abot sa una nga tuo ko uy ninduta ani barato man, no? Kuan kaayo kanang prime location only to find out nga walay road right of way or ang iyang road right of way 3 meters lang. So these are one of the factors that can affect the price of the property. Unsay iyang size, unsay iyang shape, no? Rectangular ba, square ba na, unsa may porma kay maka-affect gihapon na sa presyo, no? And then also kung nakabalo ka ani ma-describe nimo dali sa buyer. Pila man ang frontage, no? Kinahanglan mahibaw-an nato ang frontage, masukod na nato. Kay para atong ma-advise ang atong buyer nga ang kana siya nga property based on the frontage mo fit dito sa iyahang requirement. Ibasin ang iyahan ang imong yarda unya 9 meters lang ang frontage so dili makaagi ang iyahang mga dagko nga sakyanan, mga 40 footer ug 10 wheelers. Okay? Easement, no, kung duol na siya og sapa, no, dili da pati ang sapa imuhang sukdon, no, doon na dapat easement gikan sa sapa. O kaning mga ingon ani nga kuan aspects, no, importante nga maistorya nato sa tong buyer unya mai-inform po nato ang seller nga usa ni sa factors nga maka-affect sa presyo sa property. Oh. Informal settlers, no? Doon na ba na sila dihay squatter diha sa property? Dako kay ng problema no, sitag pamaligya niya only to find out doon na squatter. So, visit the property, no? Do an ocular, check it physically, wa ba dihay squatter. Kay kung naa na para masabutan kinsa man ang mobayad papahawa sa squatter, kinsa may mogasto sa mga kanang legal aspects, no, para mawagtang ang mga informal settlers diha nga area. Encroachment, no, doon na ko'y mga gipang-appraise nga mga properties nga only to find out, no, ang building sa silingan ni abot na sa property nga gi-appraise. So alangan naman bungkago na nimong building nila diha para lang makuha nimo balik imong property. So dito i-check na ma-check man na through the survey of the geodetic engineer kung doon na ba'y encroachment. Okay? So kung doon na encroachment, maistorya nato ang seller nga based lang sa unsay usable area mo ay bayaran sa buyer. Kay of course, tinuod 1,000 square meters pero ang 200 gi-encroach man so 800 na lang magamit. So mas sabutan, ma-manage ang expectation both sides. Ang usa sa i-check po nato no sa physical factors aspect no kung doon na ba'y pending expropriation, no? Pareho karon no? Grabe ang build program ni Presidente Duterte. Abot na sa mga secondary, tertiary roads nga gipang padako ang karsada. So, di man pwede nga uh, agian din nas karsada niya paliton sa buyer no wa nato mapahibaw ang buyer nga doon na pending expropriation. Pag humag binayranay after few days, giagian na eskarsada. So kita may kuan lagot ta sa buyer. So mo na nga ato po nang i-check sa DPWH, sa LGU, sa Provincial Engineering. Doon na ba'y pending or upcoming road widening diha nga area, maigo ba ang property? Kay kung maigo na, o ato na pong i-negotiate ang seller o ang buyer, i-adjust, mo come up sila o kanang meet halfway para magkasinabot nga dili logi ang buyer, di pud logi ang seller. Hindi po sala na sa buyer nga makuhaan, di po na sala sa seller. Okay? And then also, we need to check the government regulation. Kung unsa may zoning diha nga area, do na by building restriction, do na by height limitation, kay basin diha nga area magtukod siya og 20-story building. Unya, ang allowed lang sa LGU, naday siya height limitation, 10-story lang. So, kung later na ma-found out, guba ta ng plano sa ato ang buyer. Or, ang plano na himong warehouse, unya, diha day nga area, dili day restricted day ang warehouse, do na day ordinance nga dili pwede ang warehouse. So ato nang i-validate. Muna importante mapangutana nato ang atong buyer kung unsay purpose para ma-appeal nato sa atong due diligence. Kung halimbawa himuon na siya nga residential. O, ang kana ba nga property, doon na ba siya drainage, pwede ba siyang may mo anong drainage system? Asa man ang ilabay ang iyahang kanang waste materials, asa man iagi, makalusot ba? Unya kana ang area di ba prone for flooding. So, i-check na nato para ma-consider unya mapahibalo nato ang buyer and seller. Unsa may public transportation nga accessible diha nga area, available ra ba anytime ang public transportation? How about the peace and order? Wa bay akyat bahay, wa bay manghilabot diha, wa bay mga bad elements living within the vicinity. So importante po na siya, no? And lastly, uh, how far this property from the important establishment vital to the buyer, no? Like hospitals, schools, churches, and other important government agencies. So these things matters, no? If you know this one and then you can present this to the buyer or to the seller, no? It's either negative or positive. I'm very sure your buyer or your seller will appreciate it. It will make you appear to your buyer and seller a professional real estate service practitioner. So mo nang ika-unom, no? Sixth commandment. Check the physical factors that affect the highest and best use of the property. Now the seventh commandment, which is, no, you need to determine who will pay the taxes and the transfer charges. Who will pay the expenses, no? Which are for the account of the seller and which are for the account of the buyer, no? Unsa man ni nga mga expenses, no? Daghan kay ni sila nga expenses, no? Number one, ayaw kalimti. Who will pay for the real estate practitioners commission, no broker's commission or the agent's commission na 5%. Mao na siguro kay basin unya og taas na kay tag naabtan, wa day ta magkasinabot sa commission. So who will pay for the 5% commission, no? Ang buyer ba, ang seller? The next, who will pay for the capital gain tax, no? Kung ang commission is 5%, ang capital gain tax is 6%. So kinsa mo bayad ani, seller or the buyer, no? 6% of the contract price or the zonal value of the property, whichever is higher. Now, the other one, no, the other expense is the documentary stamp tax, no? Kinsa man ang mobayad sa 1.5% na documentary stamp tax. Also, kinahanglan tag panotaryuhan ang mga dokumento nga pirmahan na during the arm's length transaction, no? Kinsa man ang mobayad sa notarial fees, no? Notarial fees based on the kung ano IBP tariff, 2% na siya of the contract price, but there are lawyers nga maistorya nato pwede 1% o sa uban lower than 1%, no? Depende sa kaila. Okay, so kinsa mo bayad sa notarial fees, no? Di man pwede na magpanotaryo lang tayo dito sa dapin-dapin, no? The transaction is worth millions. Dapat sigurado po ang abogado nga mag-notarize diha. How about the transfer tax fee? Kinsa po ang mobayad ani? The registration fee, the issuance of the new tax declaration, kinsay mo gasto, no? Real estate service providers provisional fee. Unsa man ni siya? Of course, after the arm's length transaction, nagbinayranan, nag-close deal na, kinahanglan man na i-process ang titulo, no? Transfer from the seller to the buyer. So, kinsa man ang mo transfer? If kita gihapon ang mo transfer, that's another service fee, no? Usually, ang bayad ana ranges from 20 to 25,000. Kung imuha yung client, mohangyo pa, pwede musugot ko ana 15,000, no? One property 15,000. So kinsa mo bayad ana, ang seller ba o ang buyer? Nya dunay mga cases na dunay other expenses like penalty sa taxes or legal siya tawag ani legal fees nga if do na pay i-fix not related to the conveyance of the sale of the property, do na pay i-fix like i-fix pa ang road right of way, yan ang ginanglan og abogado. So, kamang anak, kinahanglan naka-specify para naka-lay down all the expenses, makalculate, makompute, ma-present na to sa ato ang buyer o ang seller, no, transparent kay sa ilaha, and then di na sila maglisod og decide. So, mo na ang ikapito, no, 7 commandment. Determine who will pay the transfer expenses, which are the broker's commission, 6%, capital gain tax, 6%, documentary stamp tax, 1.5%, notarial fees, 1 to 2%, no? Transfer tax fee, registration fee, issuance of the new tax declaration, uh, real estate service providers professional fee katunig transfer sa title from the seller to the buyer, and the other expenses na ma-found out during the due diligence. And the eighth commandment that we should do as a professional real estate practitioner, no, is we need to determine the market value of the property through an experienced licensed real estate appraiser. So you advise, no, ayaw ana nga no nay uban I experience yun na personally na malipay sila inig pangutana pila baligya nimo ani ma'am ug below market value, lipay kay sila kay mapatungan nila dako unya mudako ilahang commission, no? That's not good, no? Be contented with 5%. uh, um, Easy money, easy goes, no? As you remember during the orientation, enough is enough, too much is too much. 5% is okay, no? We're doing this, kuan kanang, si tawag ani, uh, honest to goodness nga negosyo. So ayaw palabi og padako. So para gyud sigurado nga insakto ang pagbaligya sa property, pila ang price, i-suggest sa seller na kung gusto gyud niya nga ma-determine labi na dinagko na nga property para di siya maalkansi, ipatanaw og licensed real estate appraiser, no? Experienced licensed real estate appraiser, no? Pila ra man ang bayad kag appraiser, 8,000, 10,000, unya imong property is worth 10 million, 20 million. No, what if ang pagpresyo nimo ana is below market value, ubos day og 1 million, so dako kay kag alkansi. So mas maayo nga after the transaction, at peace of mind ka kay kabalo ka nga insakto gyud ang pagbaligya, insakto ang pagkapalit, sakto ang presyo, why na alkansi ninyong duha, both seller and the buyer, kay gipatan-aw nato og uh, uh, experience a real estate appraiser. So that's the eighth commandment. Now, the ninth commandment, no? The ninth commandment, advise to your buyer and seller to hire a real estate lawyer who can prepare the following documents, no? Kinahanglan gyud, no, magpanotaryo man lang gani ta. So dili pwede na prepare ng documents, panotaryo na lang diretso nato sa abogado. Mas maayo gyud na nga ang abogado gyud ang mag-prepare sa mga documents para sigurado nga legally covered ta. So di man ta ka-escape ana kay do na man gyud notaryo ang mga documents. So mamili na lang gyud ta og lawyer nga katong if something happens in the future, maybe di nato malikayan, katong dali nato maduol niya, katong expert gyud in real estate matters. So suggest to them na hire a lawyer, no, a real estate lawyer to prepare the deed of sale, the special power of attorney kung i-assign ta nila nga kita ang mo process sa pag-transfer sa title, so ipangana sa tua or doon na sila staff nga mo process, the acknowledgement receipt and the other documents that needs to be prepared. Unya, i-package na lang to tanan ang paghimo sa draft sa mga uh, mga templates sa mga documents nga pirmahanan, package na lang to sa notarial fees, no? Bayad man lang kag 1% notarial fees, ikaw na po himo ana tanan attorney, no? Kay at least ba kampante ta nga ang naghimo jud ana naagyoy authority. Okay? So that's the ninth commandment that we need to do as a professional real estate practitioner. The 10th commandment that we should do as a professional real estate practitioner is during the arm's length transaction, no? Arm's length transaction morning signing of the deed of sale and giving the payment to the seller, no? During the arm's length transaction, your job as the agent, as the broker, is not only to get your commission, but you have to make sure that all those things that needs to be turned over to the buyer, no, ma-turn over. No, what are these items that needs to be turned over to the buyer? No, of course, ayaw kalimti ang original copy sa title, i-turn over na sa buyer. Ang certified true copy sa title, i-turn over na sa buyer. Ang certified true copy sa tax declaration sa land o sa improvement, i-turn over na sa buyer. Ang tax clearance, turn over na sa buyer. Ang lot plan, copy sa lot plan or sketch plan, i-turn over na sa buyer. Ang special power of attorney, if there are any, i-turn over na sa buyer. No? I-check na tagsa-tagsa. Ang official receipt sa notarial fee, i-turn over na sa buyer kay kinahanglan na dito sa BIR ining process sa car. And of course, kung doon na building, ang yawe, no, ang key sa building kay lisod kaayo, no, humanag binayranay nang lakaw na nya motawag balik sa imong buyer, uy di man may kasuod sa balay kay wala day may yawe. So dapat ma-turn over ang key pod sa building. So those are the things that needs to be turned over, no. Those mo to siya ang 10th commandment that you need to do. And the 11th, the last but not the least, no, the 11th commandment that we should do as a professional real estate service practitioner, no, we have to make sure, no, advise our buyer or seller or the one who is processing the car or processing the transfer of title, no? We have to make sure, advise them, or if kita, we have to make sure that the capital gain tax is being paid within 30 days from that transaction. Kaya kung dili na mabayaran within 30 days from the transaction o from the date nga nanotaryuhan ang deed of sale, o maka-penalty ta na, dunay penalty nga bayaran ang ah, buyer or ang seller. So, labad na po, basta, mao ni, ingani nga transaction nato, no, basta na gani additional bayaran, maglisod na ta, og negotiate, labad kay sa, sumo na nga, ato ginang bantayan nga, ang capital gain tax, bayaran na siya within 30 days from the date of the transaction. Kuno sa ato ginotaryuhan ang ato ang dokumento, no, ang instrument sa pagbaligya sa property. Unya, ang documentary stamp tax, ang DST, kinahanglan po na, no, bayaran. It shall be paid not later than the fifth day of the following month, no? Take note, no? It should be paid not later than the fifth day of the following month to avoid penalties. Okay? So, mao to siya ang 11 commandments atong i-review, no? First, you should know whom you are talking to. And in this episode, we focused on discussing if you are talking to the registered owner. So, the moment you know who is the moment you know that you're talking to the registered owner, no, that's the first commandment. The second is you have to secure the copies of the documents of the property. Okay? The third is you have to check the details, the classifications in your or in the tax declaration if it matches to the details or with the details indicated in the uh, title. The fourth is you have to determine if there are liens and encumbrances, no, of the title na diha sa likod. Fifth is you have to double check the technical description by advising the owner or the seller or the buyer to hire a geodetic engineer in order to survey the property. The sixth is check the physical factors that might affect the highest and best use of the property. Seven, determine who will pay the expenses, which are for the account of the buyer and which are for the account of the seller. Eight, determine the market value of the property through an experienced, licensed real estate appraiser. Nine, advise the owner to hire a real estate lawyer who can prepare the instruments in a um, in a or instruments or the documents that are needed in this transaction, the deed of sale, the SPA, the ER, etc. And who will notarize also the documents. Then, during the arm's length transaction or signing of the deed of sale and turnover of the payment, you have to make sure that all those items that need to be turned over to the buyer from the seller are turned over aside from getting your commission. And lastly, 11, you have to make sure that the capital gain tax is being paid within 30 days from the date of the transaction and the documentary stamp tax is being paid not later than the fifth day of the following month to avoid penalties. So I hope you learned something from what I've discussed or from what I've shared. Please subscribe in my YouTube channel so that you can learn more